to give the God the glory that the next year coming, this 2020-21, will not experience such thing again. We move ahead with our life, normal businesses, good things that Nigeria is expecting. God Almighty will help us that everything will be well and okay.
My resolution definitely is first of all to be a better person, and in all ramifications to pursue the goals of God. Me and my family and by extension my relations.
Let the peace reign all over Nigeria and all over the world. So that is my 2020 resolution. We have to be in prayers, praying for the world. At least let there be peace.
Most of the activities in this year have gone down because of so-called COVID-19. So if there's nothing like that will have a free room for our activities, I think things will change.
Of your expectations for the year 2021. Yeah, I expect that and more, and we need to actually do our part to see that 2021 is good and indeed better for us all. All right, just before that, I ran through the history of the COVID-19 in Nigeria, of course, how it started in Wuhan, China, up to Nigeria. And well, just a few of some of the events which also happened in the year 2020. We took a look at the fact that on March 9, the former Emir of Kano, Emir Sanusi Lamido, was dethroned. Yeah, it was a big issue around, not just in Kano, but of course around the world, around the country. It was a big issue, and then he moved on. Well, I think he first moved to Nasarawa, and then later he was moved on to Lagos State. And not forget the fact that for many months, we had the ASU and the federal government whole saga drama of the ongoing ASU strike, which is believed to be conditionally being relaxed now. Well, we actually hope that schools actually resume and our students go back to school. Another very big one, which actually also made headlines world over, is the NSAS protest. The NSAS protest started on the 4th of October. The NSAS was actually meant to stop a protest against police brutalities among Nigerian citizens, especially the youth. They occupied from Lagos to different parts of the country. Then after a while, it was overtaken by hoodlums, and before that, the government actually ended the SARS officially, and we had the SWAT. So then, after a while, hoodlums took over this, and then we had what we call characterized by lootings all over the place, breaking-ins, and much more. All right, moving on now, we will be talking about some of the major deaths which happened. Well, some of these deaths were caused by COVID, some not COVID, but these are some of the deaths which happened worth mentioning. I know there might be a few others who have missed out on this list, but these are some of them. All right, we had the very famous one, which was by COVID, of one of the high-profile Nigerians, Abba Kyari, the chief of staff of Nigeria's president. Another very high-profile Nigerian who died of COVID was a former Oyo State Governor, Abiola Ajimobi. He died on June 25. There are several other Nigerians who actually died within this period. We have the Emir of Zozo. He died at 84-year-old on September 20. Emir Shehu Idris. We're not forgetting the fact that Sam Nda Isaiah, a political columnist, entrepreneur, and founder of Leadership newspaper, died at the age of 58 on December 11. Prominent Nigerian-based American radio broadcaster Dan Foster passed on after COVID-19 complications on June 17. The death of promising flying officer of the Nigerian Air Force, Tolulope Arotile, at 25 years of age, is one death that shook not just the armed forces but the entire nation. She was Nigeria's first female combat helicopter pilot. Tolulope was hit by a reversing vehicle on July 14. Malam Ismaila Issa Funtua, a Second Republic Minister of Water Resources, died on July 20. Other transitions include former beauty queen, philanthropist, and wife of Pastor Itua Igodalo, Ibidun Igodalo. She died of a heart attack weeks before her 40th birthday. If you remember very well, sometime we had some Kano mysterious death. You know, there was some mysterious death in Kano. Some said it was the coronavirus, some said it wasn't, and the deaths were in large numbers. First, it moved on from 77, and later on moved on to 219. Well, still, I think the reason for those deaths was actually really not resolved, and we really don't get to know much about it. All right, these are some of the deaths which actually happened, and there are a few more I'll mention, but that will be right after this break.
From dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day, NTA International is with you. In your living room, office, and everywhere, anywhere. We provide the company you desire in terms of balanced and up-to-date news, programs, and the best of entertainment. Tune in to DSTV channel 251, GoTV channel 91, Freeview channel 264, or live streaming via www.visiontv.co.uk. Application for iOS or Android. Intelsat 901/332.5 degrees east. You can also see us on Facebook and YouTube for quality content on the go. NTA International, Africa's window to the world.
All right, welcome back to the Medley Show with me, Cecil. I've talked about some deaths that happened in the year 2020, and I'm not just done with it. Yeah, we had quite some deaths, unfortunately so, but hopefully 2021 will have very less deaths. All right, still talking death. This time I'll talk about some of the entertainers who actually died during the year. There might be much more, but these are just some few of the notable ones I'll be talking about. First of all, let's talk about Pa Kasamo. Of course, we know Pa Kasamo, the Yoruba comedy actor. He also died, and he died sometime on the 1st of March. Then we move on to another person, J.P. Clark. J.P. Clark is a poet. He is a poet, a prolific poet. He died at the age of 85. Also during the course of this year, a very big loss, I must say, not just to the southern part of Nigeria, but indeed the entire country. Remember the collabo of Two-Face Idibia and Victor Olaiya, the one, Baby Jowo, Ko My Love, you know, that song, you know, well, that's Sir Victor Olaiya. He collaborated in an old school, new school collabo. They had this very beautiful one. I remember when he died, I played it on this program. I just played the song over and over again. Well, he died on the 12th of February of this year, and we're going to play his music a little more. Still that particular one, because I like that song. All right, not forgetting the fact that on the 1st of June, the Send Down the Rain master, Majek Fashek, also died. We also lost him, and it was a big blow. Many reggae fans, a legend of reggae music in Nigeria. Of course, he made international acclaim. He also died during this time. And of course, his Send Down the Rain song made headlines, and it rocked airways during the period where he died. So let's, at this point, listen and enjoy the music of these two music greats, Majek Fashek and Victor Olaiya. We'll have this one, Send Down the Rain and Baby Jowo.
Sisi jọ̀wọ́ kò máa ìlà òkìá ọmọdé ṣe mí ìyá mi là dúró dè mí àní kò gbé mi sáyà kò wá ṣiṣẹ́ tútù sáyà mi ọmọdé ṣe mí ìyá mi là ìyá jọ̀wọ́ kò máa ìlà òkìá. ọmọdé ń ṣe mí kò gbé mi sáyà kó wá fífẹ́ tútù sọ́yà. I see the sun in your eyes, I see the stars in your eyes, I see the colors of the rainbow in your eyes. So baby, if not play, you dey play. Baby, make you stop am sharply. I say make you stop am before you come make mess in my day. Ẹjọ́ ẹ bá mi sọ fún Sisi ẹ. Kò má yìí lọ, my baby, bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Kí ni ìyá yìí tó dé lọ? Now you will be my emotion, only you. Hey, only you, only you. Hey, only you, only you. Why you have to tell us? Like a this, like a that, like a that. So, Baba, is still there for you. So, dúró dè mí, kò gbé mi sáyà, kó wá fífẹ́ tútù sọ́kàn mi. Àdó, kókùn dáná kàládó, kókùn dáná kàládó, ológun dáná kàládó, ológun dáná because ọmọ tó kára, ọ̀yà ọmọ tó kára, ọmọ tó kára. Laga this, laga that, Shaitan, hola, so, dúró dè mí, kò gbé mi sáyà, kó wá fífẹ́ tútù sọ́kàn mi. Ẹjọ́ ẹ bá mi sọ fún Sisi ẹ. Kò má yìí lọ, my baby make it bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Me and you today lọ. Now you will be my emotion, only you. Hey, only you. Hey, only you. Somebody. The sky looks misty and cloudy. It looks like the rain gonna fall today. This morning I've been soaring in my sleep, waiting for the rain to drop and water it all. Oh Lord, hey. I'm a hungry man, and I don't wanna be hungry. You send on the rain to water up my seed. Send on the rain. You send on the rain. Send on the rain. Send on the rain.
While many were celebrating on Christmas Day, filmmaker Chiko Ejiro died after suffering a seizure. He was said to have just completed shooting a movie. Also on Christmas Day, the news of the passing of music producer and rapper Big Lo, who came into prominence in the early 2000s with Delicious, died of kidney disease.
Two shots. Look, see this boo. She feels she don't jam mogo. She won't play me. She won't play you. Now what around the again?
See me. See Star Plus. Very, very bad mind. From Abuja to Lagos. Nah, Matelo. Sorry. Like what this girl now, busy by force.
Nah, plus. Fashion is sexy. She feels she don't chop me.
She wish she can chop my money. Chop my cocky. Skin lucky. Baby boo.
One day when I was parked in front of a traffic light, a car parked beside my I saw a girl so very fine and so fly. Asked her for her number, but she told me I should throw her my telephone, which I didn't think was right. So I shook my head and told her and rather go somewhere and sit down and have a civil conversation, only her and me, no one else to be a bother. She smiled at me and said it was alright, said that we should wait for the green light. That was the beginning of a love so fine, baby girl, and I sweeter than palm wine. You see now I'm she drives me crazy, girl. You see now I see last night she called me and he told me he was dating a lovely girl. He said she really drives him crazy. Asked him for a picture when he showed me I could not say another word. It was the same girl I was dating, but I hugged him and said congratulations, left to an unknown destination. This bloody information that I'm doing 2 times really beats my imagination. I wrote a verse to explain this to all y'all, sang it to Suki and McCoy. Meaning instrumental with a beat so well that I'm using right now just to tell you how. You see now I'm she drives me crazy. You see now I'm I met Sugar chilling at the dome with the girl he just started dating. The same night Zil took her home. She stepped out the back and there she was waiting. I should have picked my telephone and told Shippy about it, but I got a secret of my own. I've been seeing the same girl in private. Should I call them both and tell them the truth? Cause we really don't need a deep mess. What other option is there to choose? Should I talk to Joey and T-Jazz? Or should I handle it on me own and tell the girl to stop cheating? Or should I let the games carry on and pray to God that she'll ease down? Now I'm all of them come on my God. She drives me crazy. Now I'm all of them come on my God. I remember this babe when they call her Maka too short. If you see this one, I'm the girl I'm Maka. It was Shagan and Memi Shimbaka. But I come here say the babe to the Waka.
From Lagos to Calabar, Kano to Abuja, and even Haba. This babe is dangerous, too contagious, and too delicious.
On top of that, she dey use us cash fund. Me use Star Plus, Gabuka 5 in 1.
Gabuka made in Taiwan. I spent on my cash and I don't understand.
Nah bro, she dey use us play game.
Leave that stupid girl, she no get shit.
So tell me please, what are we going to do?
Nah, babu that girl and with Star Plus Pro.
Now I'm all of them come on my God. You see now I'm all of them come on my
All right, thank you very much for remaining on the Medley Show. It's a special New Year edition. Of course, we know, well, we are practically in the New Year. And like I said earlier, we have actually looked at the chronology of events that actually characterized the year 2020. And, well, many would say it's not so good. Some have said, don't add it to my age because I watched off everything. I mean, there are different stories and we make around 2020. But the year 2021 is just around the corner. What's your plan? And many people are traveling, some are not traveling. And we know this when the new year comes, they say the January is the longest month of the year, and so on and so forth. Anyhow, on Medley Show today, we care about you now, right? I know too. So we are actually going to talk about how we can be financially prudent in this year 2021. And to do this with me is a friend of the house. And let's just simply call him Dr. Chukuma. Okay, a friend of the house, Dr. Chukuma.
Did you just add me doctor? I'm not a doctor, yes?
No, I keep calling him doctor.
Yes, keep calling me doctor. That means you're pushing me to get
yes,
into
are you not almost done with your PhD?
Yes, I am almost done, but you ought to to wait for you to finish.
Yeah, I guess I have too much confidence and faith in you.
Before my supervisor says stop.
I just have so much faith and confidence. I'm seeing into...
Hallelujah.
All right, Chukuma, welcome.
Thank you very much, Cecil. I like to start by saying cut your clothes. Cut your coat according to your clothes.
Cut your clothes?
Coat according to your clothes.
According to your fabric, okay.
Yeah, so that don't delve into things that you are not too sure of. I always start from the point of investment, point of business, then I go to savings. If you must know, January is just the same 31 days like every other month.
Yeah, but they say there is January Plus, January Pro Max.
I'll tell you why it's like that.
Okay.
A lot of people eat January in December. Salaries are paid earlier. We're in the habit of receiving salaries either at the end of the month or the 25th of the month. But because Christmas, people rush to buy things, so salaries are paid earlier. Now, people forget a whole lot that you have to prepare for those days. I always tell people that Christmas is just regular days. Seasons like this are just normal days. It's just the days we live. Like we're going to live in January what this season is like. It's not that we overhype it. Now, life should just be like you are living on a daily basis. I don't know why people put some special attention on this season. For me, I don't put special attention on this season.
Yeah, but the season is the season where we spend so much.
Yeah, because it's
merrymaking, end of the year, you have done so much.
It's on individual. Somebody called me and said, I have not bought Christmas clothes. And I said, what have you been wearing? Now, to where we are. First, if we're going to look into 2021, I think this advice is coming a little late because a lot of people have spent this money. But there are lots of gifts sharing going on. So whatever you have now, please, as you're listening to us, minimize your spending. I always advise that during this period is the time you buy what you will spend, what you will eat in January.
But aren't they expensive now?
Well, they will always continue to be expensive. Because if you looked at January last year, you would have thought that things would have been worse, would have been easier along the line, and you continued like that. So it has always been that. So let's go in. You've been hearing the rumor of the possible next lockdown.
We'll come back to that. Now, January, before we come back to talking COVID, the lockdown, and how this new year is going to work out because of the times we're in, now let's talk about part of what makes January the famous January, the longest month of the year. Schools reopening. School fees. And also rent. Traveling. So now I have to travel. Do I even have to travel? Okay, let's just say I happen to travel because it's become traditional that I have to travel. Then, of course, my 3 children are going to resume, and I hear even primary school fees is very expensive. I'm a landlord. By end of January, he's going to be knocking on my door, and I've done all these 2 things. So how can I get to still have my head on my shoulder?
First, I would ask again. None of this came as a surprise.
I know, but you didn't get to tell me this in October before I started.
Planning is insane.
All right,
now you are into this. Now, what do you need to do?
That's why I have you.
Re-strategize.
Okay.
How do you re-strategize? If you are working, the best you could do if you're a salary earner, if you don't have things to bounce on, you could go for salary advance. Salary advance is best for those who are working. And if you don't have what you are doing, then you have to find a job you need to do. Now, you have to find services. I always tell people that when you create value, you earn money. Now, there are people who are coming back, and these people who are coming back may have had their homes dirty, may have a lot of things scattered in their homes. You could offer to do home services where you could earn money, and using these monies, you could offset some certain things. Then, there are other things you could do. I'm trying to talk to a particular set of people. That's why I'm trying to, because not everybody is in this category. So I'm trying to find out how to talk to these people who are in this category.
I know there are some people who are in that category, but they create this public impression that they are in the other category. Whereas when the doors are closed, they're actually in the other category.
They're on their own. I'll tell you why. Let me explain this. From the time I was a child or growing up, I had this idea I was doing, and it worked for me up till this moment. Then we used to save little in this piggy bank.
Piggy bank, yeah.
Then when it's time for us to go for Christmas, because I knew that then any amount of money we go home with, none comes back with us. So whatever I had saved in my piggy bank, I will share it into 3. And I'll keep 2 back in our home then, and I'll travel with 1. So by the time we are back, people are lacking and I have so much. And nobody knew why I was always having money, because I always thought about the future. I was always concerned about how do I get back to school? Because I know that when people come back, even daddies have exhausted all that they had. So it's not something of now. It has been a tradition.
I like what you did. And when you take that 1/3, whatever you're going to spend, you know that last, this is all I have.
This is what is available. That time there was nothing like internet banking. There was nothing like scratch me card or do this. It's whatever you have in your, because sometimes there are impulsive spendings. Those spendings that you never budgeted. You could just go out with your cousins and everyone wants to drink mineral. And there's mineral you buy for everyone.
Yeah.
Because you're just coming from town. But when you look at your pocket and your pocket is not telling you to buy, you respect yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm going to advise people that we are running into a new year. Learn to plan. How do you plan? Plan with whatever you have. If you know that you want to spend a beautiful Christmas from your salary, whatever you earn, start planning now. If you're going to put aside 2, 3, 4, 5,000, start putting it aside now. You have to develop a discipline in yourself that would help you find the kind of pleasure you want to do.
All right, Chukuma, I like the fact that you are the one with us on the program, because you have lived through most of what you're talking about. You're not just talking about what's in textbooks. Now let's come down to the times we are in. Of course, the year started with everybody having big plans like this. Then of course we came to March and things started turning the other way. The virus came uninvited, and now things are like this. People have lost jobs. We are coming into January, and there's a second wave, like you were trying to say. It's going to be, I hate to say, it's seeming a little messy right now, but how can we make it less messy?
Okay, I'm going to counter some things. People lost jobs, people getting jobs. COVID came, a lot of people felt out of place, a lot of people got into place.
Yes, I know a lot.
Opportunities came. Now, a lot of businesses opened up, a lot of things that were not in place started happening, a lot of home delivery services started happening, people cashed into that, people cashed into a whole lot of things. Now, what do I mean by this? You have to make the best of the moment. Most times, people are fond of relying on the moment to say things are not working. We were discussing about some days ago, some of my colleagues, and we looked at the events that had happened in Nigeria. Nigeria is a country with a very large population. When you have a high number of people, there are lots of opportunities. Now, it must not be a white-collar job. First thing I always advise people is put aside pride. Most times you see people hungry because of pride, not because they've not been offered something to do. There are times you go give out voluntary services and you find yourself getting fully employed on things that you never even planned. So instead of staying at home, thinking of what to do, committing suicide or planning a crime, get out and give out voluntary services. If you're an accountant and you lost a job either in a bank or in a financial institution or any company, just look out for organizations and say, sir, I could help you audit. If you don't advertise yourself, nobody will know what you have. If you have a value to sell your value. Don't keep staying at home and thinking, how would this money come?
This is in addition to whatever it is that he's supposedly doing.
Of course, because sorry, let me say this. I've encountered a lot of people whom, after we discussed, I discovered that these people had value. And I kept asking them, why haven't you said? He said, nobody gave me a job. I wouldn't be an oracle to know that you have this kind of value. So you have to sell yourself. Most times you see a lot of people spend a lot of energy on social media and they're not speaking anything about themselves. You interact with people for like 2 to 10 minutes and the person has not said, this is who I am and this is what I'm doing. The person is about speaking or giving gossips or discussing irrelevant things or telling you how the nation is bad, how Boko Haram is doing that. They are all real life, yes, but you could use that same opportunity, engage and bring out something positive for yourself. What do you do with your time? If you don't place value on your time, it will be useless. So as this year is coming up, what you need to do is go back to your drawing board, write your targets. Write your targets. Sometimes I said to someone, if Moses had kept looking on the Red Sea without taking a bold step, they would have been there and the Egyptians would have crushed them. Now, look at where you want to go. Set it out. Plan how, if you plan how you want to go, take a step. But before you know it, you are there. That has been what has worked for me.
You still said it right. Taking that bold step. There are many times that we just think that, this is what I can do. This is me. I can see myself here. But we just never get to take that step. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the possible lockdown and how we can get around it. Because right now, it's not going to come to us as a shock. Initially, it came to us as a shock.
Yes.
All right. So that will be right after we get back from this break. We'll get to continue our discussion with Chukwuma and see how we can be prudent and smile through the year 2021.
A new edition of TV Guide is out with special focus on the game changer, His Excellency Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State. Broadcasting in a digital economy, Maxwell Logo gives an insight. This edition also features Nancy Naji of AIT, a name synonymous with business. Meet the NCDC boss, Dr. Chikwe Ihekweazu. TV Guide, your indispensable companion, also x-rays the relevance of social media in the modern society. Meet some TV professionals who have impacted their spaces and other inspiring stories in sports, entertainment, and lots more. Grab a copy at the vendor near you or NTA stations nationwide. TV Guide, your indispensable companion.
From dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day, NTA International is with you in your living room, office, everywhere and anywhere. We provide the company you desire in terms of balanced and up-to-date news, programs, and the best of entertainment. Tune in to DSTV Channel 251, GoTV Channel 91, Freeview UK Channel 264, or you can download www.visiontv.co.uk. App for iOS or Android, Intelsat 901 degree east. You can also see us on Facebook and YouTube for quality content on the go. NTA International, Africa's window to the world.
This is still the Medley Show, and we're discussing financial management in the year 2021. All right, Chukwuma is still with us. So, Chukwuma, there is a possibility of lockdown. Well, even right now, I think some part of the economy is gradually, the government is actually trying to bring up more policies to, and it's going to still make people maybe less, like you counter me now. I was going to say less engaged, but you say no, they can still be more engaged even while they're seemingly less engaged. So if this happens, how can we be still active and still smile through the times?
Okay, fine. First, when the first lockdown came, it was surprising.
Yes.
But if you had watched very well, after the first 4 or 5 weeks, people bounced back. People got to know that they could work from home. They could devise other means of doing things. And it became a norm. Some organizations still haven't opened up till date, and they are still running and making more profit.
Yes.
Now, for families that are upcoming, this is the best time to know that you have to store food, because
I like upcoming families.
Yes, there are people who, if they don't go out, they won't make money. So this is the time to ensure that whatever, if you have to, if you have to do 3 square meal, cut down to 2 because you need to live. You have to cut it down now, because if you know you don't go out, if you don't go out, you won't make money. This is when you now have to strategize. Now begin to reach out to your clients, those that you serve. Begin to get their details. Now during the lockdown, your client will be more comfortable with you because he or she knows who you are. Then begin to reach out, because if, like I said, during the lockdown, I had my barber come to the house because I know my barber, so I didn't need to keeping bushy hair. You understand? So if you are a laundryman, know the name, address of your client. Now you could take those services to their homes. You wouldn't need to wait for them to come out. You wouldn't need to wait for your shop to open. If you're selling perishable goods, find out how your suppliers are going to come. Devise a means of reaching out to those that will be buying from you. So that even if there is a lockdown, all you need to do is with your contact, you can always call and say, yes, these products are available. When do I supply? Knowing that when you supply, you have your money, you can still be very, very busy even during the lockdown. Why I say this is because those are the ones that the lockdown always affects. Those who are doing some very top